All right, welcome back. Gonna go over just some basic kind of tip of the day stuff on how to, some kind of little known enhancements to your watch list, as well as just kind of some way to tweak and basic tips, kind of. So we've got a ton of options in the watch list. I just want to go through a few things that maybe you haven't seen yet or you haven't quite explored yet. So go to your icon upper left, and then you can create unlimited watch lists. Now, what I normally do is, I'm a more of a short-term trader, so normally I have a list of stocks for each day of the week. I've got a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I will have like a swing trade watch list. I'll have a long-term watch. I'll have quite frequently I'll do like sector watch lists, like say marijuana or something like that, or energy or whatever. So you can create as many watch lists as you want. Today I'm just going to show you how I quickly create one and then how I configure it. So we go to create new. You've got it. It just auto assigns a name. Now you can then click that and rename it anything you want. I have a list of stocks that I'm going to show you how to import that I'm going to call the bag o' trash. Bunch of very heavy, we had a bunch of junky stocks running this morning. I wasn't interested in buying any of them, but a lot of them could be potential shorts. So I've now got my bag o' trash, and I can just cut and paste. I can either right click, Mac or PC, or I can just, Control C or Command or Control V or Command V on the Mac, drop a list of tickers in there, either comma delimited, or space delimited, hit enter. There's all my stocks. So the next thing I want to do is, and this is something that a lot of people don't necessarily realize, by default, we've got the symbol, whether or not the stock is under the SSR, the short sale restriction, or otherwise known as the uptick rule. We get that question a lot, but if the stock is under the SSR, you'll get the yellow S. If the stock is currently halted, you will have a red H. Next, by default, is just the symbol, the last price, percent change, and then the daily volume. Now, I add a few to that. Keep in mind, it's just like Excel. You can right-click the command or the top bar, the title bar, I guess you'd call it, and I can remove columns or I can add new columns. Go ahead and explore these. Add as many as you want. I mean, obviously, you've got limited screen space, but the ones I add are the news column. So what's nice is this will give you the number of news articles. I especially use this, I've always got this on and watching it really in pre-market. Again, I trade a lot of momentum stocks, so I want to know if there's news. Quite frequently, I don't necessarily care what the news is, but I just want to know if their news is news. Next, I add, and again, you've got everything. You go through all these options, explore, add what you want. I add the float, which is the freely tradable shares. Right now, low float stocks are hot. You can see, my 6 stocks in the bag o' trash sector are, 4 out of 6 of them are what I would consider low float, less than 10 million float. So there's a lot of other great features you can add, what change, what market they're in. I'll kind of trade anything, but some guys like to focus on NASDAQ stocks or focus on OTC stocks, so you can add that there. And then another nice one that I like to use, obviously in after hours. I shut this off during the day, but you can turn on the after hours percent change, which, if you've got, say again, some volatile stocks, it's after hours, and all of a sudden you see a big after hours percent change, that could be a potentially tradable stock. So explore those, add those options. You can then, again, drop down. If you click once, I can now grab my other watch list. So say I have my tech stocks, Tesla, Apple, Amazon. So one click allows me to then drop down and choose between my watch list. Double click allows me to rename. So let me go here. Let me go back to, oops, I just actually cut and pasted that. So I will call this Tech Stocks. Then I can also just scroll back and forth. It might be a little small on YouTube, but you can see right here I've got up and down arrows, so I can rapidly scroll through. Then the last thing, and I use this every day, highly recommend, is the color linking feature. Now the color linking can be employed across the board in StocksToTrade. So I will set my total view to red, and then I've also got a 1-year chart here that I will set to red. Then I will go to my watch list and set that to red. So now the nice thing is if I go to EKSO, I click on it, my 1-year chart is updated with EKSO's information, and my daily view or my total view is updated with EKSO's information. Then you'll notice I undocked the watch list. That's done with this arrow. Currently it's undocked, not not one monitor friendly. Like what I do, multi-monitors, I undock all of these watch lists, drag them all over to my secondary monitors. Now again, for YouTube, I'm recording on one monitor, but I can then pop that back in if I want. So now I've got it in my sidebar, and you can see if I want to see what HTGM is doing, one click, I've got my total view. You can also see my 1-year chart is updated. And I can window link as many of these as I want, and then I can pop them out as well. Again, multi-monitor. Maybe I want my total view on my main monitor. Then this is exactly what I do, is I pop out the daily chart, drag this over to another monitor, and maybe I have the 1-hour chart on another monitor. And then maybe I have the news window linked as well. So just want to go over some of those little things today. Always feel free to hit us with questions, hit the comments below, and thanks a lot for watching.